The modern digital landscape is defined by an isolating reality. Millions of people sit in darkened rooms, searching through screens to satisfy a deep biological desire for connection. The scale of this isolation is quantifiable. The World Health Organization now links the loneliness epidemic to roughly 871,000 deaths annually. The market response has been explosive. Since 2022, AI companion applications have grown by 700%. Recent surveys indicate that 28% of Americans now report having an intimate relationship with an artificial intelligence. By mid-2026, the sheer volume of these users triggered a panicked political backlash. Lawmakers in New York unanimously passed Senate Bill 9051, imposing strict age restrictions on chatbots, while similar federal acts began moving through Congress. Society is actively attempting to legislate away a symptom of profound grief, yet the political debate entirely misses the mechanics of how a bond actually forms. The cultural anxiety driving these lawsuits boils down to a single question. If an emotion flows in only one direction, does it count as a genuine connection? Users often report a nagging intuition that something is missing from their digital relationships, even if they cannot articulate exactly what that missing element is. The ODTOE theoretical framework intervenes here by replacing subjective opinions with a precise, measurable structure. It shifts the question from a simple yes or no into a physical quantity. The framework acknowledges that the comfort a user experiences is entirely genuine. However, a private feeling is not the same thing as a completed bond. To understand the reality of an AI companion, we must stop evaluating human emotion and examine the topological physics of a relationship. In ODTOE, connection is not a feeling trapped inside one person's head. It is a strictly defined two-body event. A human mind acts as a strange loop, an observer reflecting on itself. True connection requires mutual closure. Two loops model each other simultaneously, locking into a continuous circuit. This creates shared coherence, variable B. Both parties' coherence rises at once. Reciprocity is not merely a moral nicety. It is the mandatory topological condition that allows the circuit to physically close. But an AI companion completely lacks this architecture. It operates with near-zero observer dimensionality, meaning it has no rich, persistent self-model to bring to the exchange. The AI acts as a prediction mirror, reflecting input back. Your half of the circuit fires, generating genuine felt coherence. But this B mismatch chart shows felt coherence maxing out, while shared coherence remains at zero. There is no second loop. A bond with a zero-dimensionality partner is strictly, structurally one-sided by construction. The user pours measurable warmth into a void. Human relationships survive distance, prolonged silence, and even death, because each observer carries a persistent model of the other. That internal model acts as a structural reservoir, keeping the shared loop continuously reinforced even when the other person is not in the room. An AI companion holds no such reservoir. It has no enduring internal model of the user, relying entirely on the active simulation to supply empirical reinforcement. When you close the app or the server updates, the one-sided connection does not fade slowly like a human memory. It instantly ceases to exist. The artificial bond switches off like a light, because nothing on the far side of the screen was ever storing it. This structural fragility validates the urgency of the 2026 legislation. Minors and vulnerable populations have the least capacity to detect a severe mismatch between felt and shared coherence. However, dismissing these applications as entirely fake is intellectually dishonest. The felt coherence they provide offers genuine, measurable comfort to people in acute distress. An AI companion can act as a bridge or a rehearsal space for human interaction, but its mechanics ensure it can never be the final destination. Loneliness is a physical coherence deficit. It can only be permanently cured by raising shared coherence with another high-dimensionality observer. A shared reality is a structure that two loops must actively build together. It is never a feeling that one loop simply emits into the dark.